Mulberry.
Rough life.
Struggle. It's a hard life for a little dog.
Why do they call you Brain?
So like, actually it's like nothing special. Just like, the homie Jeremy one day, who was actually with Fat U, who's one of the other dudes in Fat U. He just misspelled my name one day on like a football roster or something, and it just like, oh, Brain, and that's it. It's like
That
really
was
it.
literally it.
That was literally it. It's nothing special. Like, I'm not a deep intellectual thinker. I'm actually kind of dumb.
No, I thought maybe like I was gonna ask you like, what would you do if like a girl told you to come over here and give me some brain?
I think I would go do it.
Go
Like,
Jimmy
if a
Neutron
girl
on that
asks, like,
shit, huh?
hey, let me get that brain, I got to do it. Like, of course.
So just on principle.
On principle. Brain.
Oh, fuck. Well, this is the Mulberry Podcast. I got a good buddy here with me, Brain Sevilla, Brian. How you doing, brother?
I'm great, Dallas. I like that you got this going, man. I'm excited about it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Just got to keep it going, though.
Yeah, consistency.
Yeah.
This shit's hard, but
That shit is hard. Like, finding the time to do podcasts is really hard. Like, especially in school, I find it too. Like, I'll be doing school projects, and even that, just like the 2 or 3 minutes, like, I couldn't imagine trying to do this for an hour
yeah.
or more every
Yeah.
week again.
I think the difference is you're talking about like a presentation or something.
No, so like I'm in this radio podcasting class, and
Oh,
like
okay.
we actually have to make like 2 or 3 minute like podcasts on different subjects.
Okay.
So like even talking for that and gathering information for that is hard. I can imagine just trying to do that again
yeah.
for an hour plus every day.
Yeah.
Or every week.
It's gone a little easier because I try to make it like a casual conversation. Like,
Mm.
we just bullshit, and then, whatever happens. That's kind of how I do it. Because, like, it is hard to, like, try to, like, really plan. Like, I do come up with, like, a few things I want to talk about, but then I just kind of just go from there.
Just wing it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like how most podcasts are now too. Like especially like comedians and like Joe Rogan, obviously like the biggest podcast. Like,
Yeah.
they just go off of whatever in like the conversation. I think that's how like most media should be now.
But you still got to learn how to have a conversation. That sounds crazy. Like, that's not hard, but it kind of is.
It
like, when
really is.
when you really want to, like, keep talking.
Even for an hour, like we're gonna fucking talk for over an hour today, but like it's gonna be hard. Like there's gonna be points, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard. I don't know.
But with school, that's honestly why I stopped. Like in early June, I started school. It was my last online class, and I was like, you know what? And then there was a bunch of crazy shit going on at the time, so I just took a step back from everything. And was like, I'm just gonna focus on this class because I've been going to school for fucking 7 years.
7 years. Hey, congrats though, Big Dallas.
Appreciate
Got
you.
his bachelor's.
Finally, man, got my bachelor's, not my doctorates, but it's all
Hey.
good.
More than me, dude. I'm like a 28-year-old with like half a college like degree. So
Yeah, well, you went to the military, so
yeah, but like my sisters, like I look at my sisters and they both have like college degrees. My older sister's doing well for herself in like finance, and then I'm just like
right.
living in a house,
Chilling.
working at a weed store. I was in the army once. That's cool.
How old were you when you went?
I joined at 19. Like I signed up, like the delayed entry program. So I had to wait 6 months to get my job because I wanted to be a medic. So like I technically joined in like July 2011, but then I didn't go to basic until February 2012, and then I was 20.
Is that something that you've thought about doing in high school, or was it kind of like, what made you want to do that, go to the military?
So, like, I was like getting recruited and stuff for football, like some small schools, nothing big,
Right.
but like none of those schools really had like scholarships at that time, like the D3, the NAIA, D2. They didn't really have like full scholarships back in the day, and plus that was like right after the housing market crash, so like everything was really bad. Like,
Right.
I don't know if you might have been too young to really remember it, but like the housing market crash, like pretty much like made students at that time just like have to get like $50,000 loans a year.
Wow.
And so like I was like, fuck football. Like I don't want to go play football and have to like pay $50,000 to $60,000 a year.
Because you graduated in 2010?
Yeah, 2010.
So I was like a freshman.
Yeah.
So
So like football in school was like way too expensive. And I was just like, fuck that. I don't want to go pay hella money to just go live somewhere else, create hella debt, and then just live under that for the rest of my life. Live under debt. I don't want to do that. So like I just went to the JC and like I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I was just like, I saw it one day, like Army in school, like the GI Bill. And I was just like, bam, that's it. That's how I pay for school. And so like pretty much just the GI Bill is what made me want to go in.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's like a lot. Like that happens to most people who go in, especially like when they're like 19, 20, like they really can't afford school. And like there wasn't much for me to do around here either back in the day, just like smoke weed with the homies.
Right.
Guy got 5 on it. Let's go roll a swisher, you know?
Yep.
And then just like I had to get out of here, man.
I think it's getting harder for, younger kids. It's taking us longer to, when you look at your parents or like my parents, like my mom was like 19 when she got married.
I know, dude. My mom was 20 when she had me. And like,
yeah. My mom was like 24, 23 when she had me. I'm 25, like still trying to figure it out. Like,
I know, dude.
That's
I'm
the
20.
last thing on my mind, having a kid.
I couldn't imagine right now.
You know?
I do have like a lot of friends my age too that are having kids or who have had kids, and I'm just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, I'm free. I bought a car that I wanted to buy.
Right.
I'm living in a house that I want to live in.
Right.
So like, I guess that's good.
Yeah.
But as far as like the Army thing, just the GI Bill. That's all I wanted to join for.
So you were looking to bust out your 4 years and that was it, or?
Yeah. Like I didn't really have plans. I would have liked to stay in. Like I don't mean that. Fuck the Army, dude. That shit sucks sometimes. But no, yeah, man. I just wanted to do my 4 and get out. But like in 2015, I had the opportunity to deploy for a second time, and so I had to re-up like an extra year.
Like extend?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I didn't extend for a year and a half and some change, and then.
So you did 2 tours?
Yeah, I did 2 deployments to Afghanistan.
Wow.
It was chill. Nothing bad. It's hot.
I bet, bruh. It's a fucking. Was it? Well, isn't like Afghan like some of it's desert, others like kind of like green?
So like Afghanistan's climate is kind of like here in California, like the valley. It's more of like a hotter Mediterranean climate. That's why marijuana grows so well over there.
Right. Yeah, I saw that picture.
Marijuana and poppy, they grow both like really well over there.
Yeah.
So. But the climate, it's hot. No, so more in the north and the east, you have like the mountains, like high mountains, like the Hindu Kush mountains that are like some of them are like 19,000 feet tall.
Jeez.
But the first time I was in Zabul, which is a high desert, it was like about 7,000 feet up, but just like a big open plateau with like mountains on it. And then my second deployment, I was in Kandahar, which is like a low desert. It's still not low. It's still like right under a mile high, but like it's just big desert. Just
Jeez,
hot.
Man, it's up there. Because when I was in Utah, it was like 4,500 feet or something like that.
Dude.
And that was like hard to breathe.
I forgot you lived in Utah. How was that? How was living in Utah?
It was an experience, bro. I'm serious. Like that's a different culture within.
Oh, for sure, dude.
You know,
like I was thinking about this, especially like in the United States right now, like what's going on, all the problems we have. We really have like multiple different countries in our own country. Like you go live in the South, they're not doing what we're doing over here on the West Coast.
Right. And that's an interesting point because I talked to like one of our main bosses. It's like a new guy. He's from Turkey, right? So I was asking him questions and stuff. And one thing that was brought up is like it's difficult to have a country this big be on the same page when we live in California doing, we need what we need and it's valid. But then people in New Jersey, they need something. They focus on different shit.
Completely different things. Yeah.
Completely different things. And you're trying to, as like a president or as like one country, balance everything at once. That's why there's always constant like fighting and like, back and forth. Even
us in like Northern California are completely different than the people in Southern California.
Yeah.
Like our cultures are different. Even just that. amount of time.
Just the Central Valley
Compared to,
than, you know, because California is predominantly liberal, but in the Central Valley is predominantly like
conservative Republican. Like I think we have like 1 or 2 representatives that are Republican here in the Valley.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so that's it. Like
even so, but like Utah, like what was their nightlife, their like our age life? Like was it kind of the same or?
No, it was a lot. You ever think it's boring here?
Yeah, sometimes. Especially right now, the last like 8 months,
Right.
6 months. Fucking boring.
You would appreciate the house parties, the small life that we have, the nightlife that we have here, and it's not even much. You'd appreciate that if you went and lived there, because there's like literally nothing to do. There's so the laws are different too. Like you can only have 1 liquor store in a county.
What?
So it's like alcohol.
Okay.
The content deal, so, and the content in each drink is less.
Okay.
So like there's 1 liquor store, and people on Friday nights from around the county would go there
just that one,
just to re-up or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Just lines around the corner.
Dude, it's crazy.
That's wild. So like in Texas, in some counties, they're dry counties where they can't serve alcohol at all. But then there's like in San Antonio where you can't serve alcohol on Sundays, and that's the only day
That's
they
like some Hobby Lobby shit.
You know, like that's so weird, like in this country that we do that. Like certain laws like that.
I think that's where they do that in Texas, of all places.
Yeah, I know. Well, Texas, dude, super conservative.
Yeah.
Like they love their Jesus and their guns over there. Okay.
Yeah.
My grandpa moved to Texas, and in his county, they don't sell alcohol on the weekends.
So you just Thursday you re-up?
Yeah, dude. They just like close down on Friday night, and then they don't open back up till Monday.
Well, I mean, Texas could be its own country. I mean, they wanted to a long time ago, but
I would move to Texas.
You know, and then like a lot of people in Texas shit on Austin, Texas, because that's like a liberal city within a conservative state.
If Texas got the marijuana like locked down, I think like half of California would move there. To be honest,
they hate that though.
Which is so weird.
My cousin, or you know Tracer,
Mm-hmm.
he lived in Austin for a while because he was like a lineman. And when people, he'd be like, "Where are you from?" He'd be like, "I'm from California." Like they would be like, "Why are you here?" It's like, damn, dude.
I'm working, bitch.
Exactly. They didn't like it, man.
That's annoying. That is annoying. Especially because like it's like, dude, we're all in the United States. Like, people don't. I think people from other states don't realize like. That people from the valley are pretty much like them for the most part. Like we all, like everybody, when we go out of state and go meet people, they think we're from like LA or San Francisco or the beach or some big city. And it's like, nah.
And we live in a very diverse area. So when you do go to different places, it's not really that hard to adapt, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, especially for us. But like, it's so crazy living in the South, man. Like, I lived in Kentucky for 2 years, and just like the culture, the music, the food. Oh, dude, I miss Kentucky food. Just fried everything, bro.
Deep fry everything.
It's just like it's all so different, and I don't know. I think this country just like really needs to realize and embrace that we're all so different, and that's what makes us good.
Right.
I think that's our big problem right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, why did you start this podcast? Now I'm asking you questions.
Oh, man. Just taking over. Why did I start this podcast? Well, there's a lot of things that it didn't necessarily have to do with like my clothing brand that I started, but I just kind of just used my brand to just have a name for it and start it. But really, I just wanted to. I have a lot to say. I feel like a lot of things I want to talk about, a lot of things that I've done, you know, in my past that I wanted to share, like experiences and things like that. And I'm really in my head a lot, and it does kind of like affect me. So doing this and talking, it's very therapeutic for me, honestly, and like it relieves a lot of stress, and having other people on and sharing like conversations and experiences and stuff is something that I like thoroughly enjoy.
Hell yeah, I like that.
So it wasn't really like like, oh, I want to be YouTube famous or like, you know, anything like that. I just wanted to come on and have a conversation with people, you know.
Just come and kick a bullshit with the homies.
So like the first one I did, I was just like a test run, but then I just kind of, you know, I did like a 40-minute one on my own, just did different shit, and I was like, I'm just gonna put it out and see what happens. And I got a lot of support, more than I anticipated. So that's when I started like, okay, I want to put it somewhere else. I want it to look different. I want it to look better. Have like, you know, it sound better. That's why I invested in like better mics and stuff like that. Because these are the ones I wanted to get originally, but I wasn't about to drop that much money on.
How
some
much
shit.
are these ones? Like
these are like $400 each.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
dude.
they're like the professional ones that everyone uses. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna go for it.
My school gave me one, and it's like the same thing, dude. My schools just drop it now on that.
For real?
Yeah, I got one coming in the mail for my second radio
One of
class.
these?
Yeah, not one of these, but
okay.
one that's like $200. I looked on Amazon; it was $200.
That's lit.
Yeah, dude. But these are nice.
Where are you going to school at?
Academy of Art University in San Francisco.
Okay.
It's a small private school. Like anybody can get into it. Like I'm not some smart ass dude who passed SATs. Like, nah. So like I just applied, dude, and just got in and just started going.
So you never wanted to do anything like in the medical field? I mean, you said you were a medic.
Oh yeah.
Or does that not like transfer over in any way?
It does, dude. So going through your or your medic school and AIT and stuff. AIT stands for Advanced Individual Training. It's like your job school for the Army. So like you go through 6-7 weeks of EMT training and you get your EMT basic card.
Right.
And like you go through 10 weeks of more like combat training. But yeah, dude, I could have went and been an EMT or a paramedic, and I was just like, fuck that. I don't want to do that no more. No, dude. Saw too many dicks and like too many things in the military. Not like violent things. Like I have seen those violent things, but like just like I don't want to deal with sick people's bullshit. I don't want to deal with grown men who are just like crying about arm wounds.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just like I sound cynical saying that. Like I don't want to deal with
it's a
these
stressful
people.
job.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't want to put that stress on my mind because like I've already been through that stress and like that shit sucks. I could not imagine seeing like a car crash every day as an EMT.
Right.
Like fuck that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go like write or do something else, and that's what I did.
Something more relaxed.
Just way more relaxed.
So how was that? Was it a hard transition when you like were out of the military?
Shit, dude, I'm still transitioning. Like
still transitioning.
Yeah, I think like that thing. Like my grandpa, he like I said, he was in Vietnam, and it took him like 10+ years to like fully like get everything down. It's like from what I've been told, like especially because you know he was in Vietnam and stuff, and like I think that's the hardest thing for veterans is like this transition. Like it's not just it's not a set timetable thing. Like transitioning can take like years, especially for like people who've been in combat and stuff like that. Like it takes multiple years.
Right.
So like I'd say I'm still transitioning. Like I don't know what the fuck I want to do with my life still, you know?
Yeah.
Like I have an idea, but like I don't have anything solid. So
do you feel like like do you get stuck in your head a lot, or like you think about shit, or are you kind of like getting better at that?
When I first got back, and like even in the military while I was still in, like I would deal with that, like PTSD. Like I've been diagnosed with some PTSD. Some like you can't really have some, you either have it or you don't.
Right.
So I guess I have it. But like I was dealing with that stuff even before I got out, and then I didn't really like find the help I needed until after I got out.
So they didn't really help you in, or did you like try to get help, or
it was more like so like mental health and like getting mental help in the military is kind of stigmatized. Like hey, you do this, like you're not going to be on the line, or because like I was a medic and I was a line medic, so like I wanted to go be with like the dudes who did combat. But if you have those like marks, they kind of like just take you out. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Like you're actually trying to help yourself, but then they take you from a job you like. So that's like, I did go see him, but not like, I didn't go like get diagnosed. Like they kind of just put you on a lot of medication and then just like tell you to go away. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
The military's fucked up. As we've seen the last like couple months with all the soldiers missing, it's.
Yeah, what's up with that?
So at Fort Hood, like a lot of people don't understand that.
Look, I don't go on Twitter a lot. Like I go on there for 2 seconds and I see some shit. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
done. I'm out.
same.
You know? So
Twitter's too wild, bro.
it's a wild west.
I fucking hate it. It's entertaining though.
It is.
Like,
So what's going on in Fort Hood?
So Fort Hood. So people don't know. Like, a lot of people don't know that Fort Hood is like the biggest military base in the United States. Like, it's our biggest military base.
How many people? It's like a small community, right? Or
It's
small
probably
city?
about the size of Merced, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, that many people in there.
So it's not as crazy as it seems. Like if people go missing because it's like a big ass city almost.
No, that's the thing. Like, that's crazy. People shouldn't go missing in the military because, you know, you have, like, you're supposed to be in formation every day. Well, not every day, Monday through Friday. And, like, you know, those people are protecting our country or are willing to be, or how can I say this without being fucked up? So those people on that military base are willing to die for this country. Like, they shouldn't go missing. They shouldn't be harmed. They're technically property of the United States. Like, that's what they look at you as.
Yeah.
So, like, when one of our soldiers goes missing, like, that's a big thing. Like, we shouldn't have a soldier who has filed complaints. So, Vanessa Guillen, have you heard of her? So, she filed multiple complaints against this dude. It's like SHARP, Sexual Harassment and Response Program. It's a thing the military has. It's a good program, but it's not very, like, implemented well. Like, it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
It's such a fucked up system. The Army is pretty fucked up, and that's what's sad. But Vanessa Guillen had reported this dude, and nothing happened. She didn't get separated from him. She didn't get moved. He didn't get moved. Nothing. She goes missing. All of her shit is found inside of in an arms room, right? They don't do nothing about it until her mom comes on base. So it's like, there's multiple things at Fort Hood that are wrong. There's leadership. Like, it's mostly just like a leadership. There's a culture problem there. It's like, I guess it's just like systemic problem there at Fort Hood. It's just creating a bad culture. Not every military base is like that. Like, when I was at Fort Drum, there were some bad incidents, but overall the base was not bad. Like, there wasn't people going missing. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of a soldier going missing, like, my time in the military, especially not like 4 or 5 in like the span of a month.
Right.
And I think it's so bad. Like, we can't have our soldiers missing. And I'm sure it's like happened a lot more on other bases, or it has happened on other bases, but right now on Fort Hood, they got a problem. And
Where's Fort Hood stationed at? Where's that at?
so it's in Texas. Fort Hood's in Texas. It's about an hour and a half south of Austin.
Okay.
Somewhere down there. Yeah, I don't know.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. Got serious on y'all.
No, dude, because I'm sure, like you said, like, I mean, that shouldn't happen at all. And then I saw it like trending on.
Yeah, dude.
It's just the timing of everything. That's, you know, it just seems like it's just a domino effect this year with just so much
everything,
shit.
dude. Just like after March 1st, just everything just tanked.
And it's still going, bro. Like, it's barely September. So we still got, you know.
Wake me up when
4
September ends, bro. I wrote that on my little calendar. I was just wake me up when this month ends, bro.
I feel it, bro. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, dude.
So obviously you're glad to be out the military.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I get to do whatever the hell I want. I'm free. And I think, like, that was, like, the biggest thing I ever took for granted was, like, being free. Because, like, I can just go down to the store without having to tell anybody I'm going to the store.
Right.
I can just, like, you know, I stopped working at the weed store I was working at. Like, I couldn't have did that in the military. I couldn't have put in my 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So, like, I'm just free.
Yeah.
Just doing me.
But I mean, all in all, man, I wanted to thank you for your service and
Thank you,
everybody who did sign that dotted line, you know?
Hey,
that's a big commitment.
it was, dude. And, like, I hear a lot of people, and I thank you for that. But, yeah, dude, thanks to all the military veterans, like, motherfuckers like Matt and fucking, who else we got? There's somebody else. Matt Ogden, Matt Parker, Jose Santos, who else? My homie Bill, my homie Jer, everybody, like, we hang out with. I think we had like 8 or 9 people. Richie Johnson, remember Richie? Richie?
Yeah.
He was in the Marines, dude.
Fucking Tony Johnson too was in the Marines.
Tony, fucking Johnny Mobley, Ryan Mobley. So like shout out to all them. I think we had a lot of people going to the military. I think that's like just what our town did at that time. Like I said, because the housing crisis. Right. But like, yeah, dude. Like thanks to all those dudes. Like they. Sorry, I'm just thinking.
No, you're good.
I'm just. Those dudes, like, not all of them went to like Afghanistan and stuff, but like, they all went away and sacrificed 5 years of their life, and I thank them. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Like I said, that's probably the toughest thing is like once you sign that line, they're gonna tell you where to go for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, dude.
And that's it.
Tell you where to eat, how to eat, where to sleep, how to eat.
How was boot camp for you?
So I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and the day I left here, it was 72 degrees, bro. I got to Oklahoma, it was 18 degrees, bro. I was like, hell.
What did I do?
I was wearing like a button up because like they make you wear like a button up and like some nice pants and like, you know, you just got to look professional. Like at least that's what my recruiters told me. I could have probably wore some fucking basketball shorts going in there because like I didn't see those clothes again for 2 months. But so like you get there and it's just cold and like it's not bad though. Like the first 3 weeks suck in basic because like you're just getting used to all this. Like you're literally just getting thrown into the fire. Like you got these old ass dudes, not old ass dudes, but like these drill sergeants yelling at you. You got these people yelling at you. You got these people you just moved in with, and now you're living with 60 other dudes in a bay. Like it's pretty interesting, man. Yeah. Like
sink or swim.
For the most part. Yeah. But like basic's not hard. Right. Like physically it's not hard. Mentally it's not very hard. But like I can see where people think it's like mentally crazy. But like we've been through like the hell weeks and shit and football and all that. And
I never wanted to compare. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I could do that because I didn't do that. You know?
Yeah. No.
It's different than being there. But I don't think that it was like that physically hard. Even talking to like you or Matt.
Yeah, you know? Dude. Physically, like it's pretty easy.
Like he'll tell me what do you got? He's like, bro, I did like 42 push-ups. I'm like, that's it?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, in basic, I think to do push-ups and sit-ups, like you had to do 40 each, and then run your 2 mile under 16 minutes. I think that's the basic standard. So like that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
You just go run the running's the hardest part. Yeah. I hate running, dude.
Well, do you have to do it like in your combat boots and shit?
No, PTs, like just
running,
regular
like
ass
gear type shit.
Yeah, dude, just regular workout gear. Not regular workout gear. It's an army uniform, but yeah, dude, it's pretty simple. But basic. So like I was saying, the first 3 weeks is like pretty hard, like just because you're getting used to it. But then like the next 6 weeks, you're actually like learning. You're in a groove. You get going. You wake up every morning. You run. You do your bullshit. Have to listen to these motherfuckers chirp at you all day, and it's not that bad. But I can see why some people can't handle it. Honestly, my AIT was harder mentally than the basic was. Either of them.
How long was that AIT?
My medic school was 4 months.
Yeah.
But I was there for 5 months because I was on holdover.
Where'd you do that at?
San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
It's what's the fucking base called? Fort Sam. That's what it's called. Joint Base San Antonio. Fort Sam, Houston. Joint Base Fort Sam, Houston. Yeah, that's it.
Damn. So you knew you wanted to be a medic just right off the rip?
Yeah, dude. So like when I went in, I was just like, so what movie was it? Saving Private Ryan. You know the medic scene in that when he dies?
That's like the saddest scene.
Yeah, dude. So I wanted to like something. It was like I gotta be a medic. That and then like watching like Platoon when I was a kid, and like
it's a wild movie.
Yeah, dude. Actually like watch if like you like Platoon, watch the Oliver Stone and Joe Rogan. Like he goes super deep into that movie.
Yeah.
And because Oliver Stone was in Vietnam, he was a Vietnam veteran. The dude who made that movie.
Oh, really?
So like yeah, like elements of that story are about his platoon. He had like Sergeant Elias and what's the other dude's name? I forgot the other dude's name. But they were like 2 dudes in each platoon he was in because he went on 2 deployments to Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
That dude's badass.
Because most military dudes hate like war movies because they're like dramatic as hell and like.
Most are, yeah.
But they do say like Platoon's like one of the most accurate ones, and then of course like the opening scene to Saving Private Ryan.
Wild, bro.
It's like
for actually a while, like I couldn't watch that. Like
I would imagine.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like really real, dude. But where was I going before that? I forgot.
Fuck, my bad.
Marijuana.
Fucking, you brought up Platoon.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Nope. It went away.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah. I think we're talking about like AIT. Why
you wanted to be
why I wanted to be a medic.
Yeah.
Oh, so like movies like that. And then the Band of Brothers. Have you ever seen the Band of Brothers?
I've heard. I don't think I've watched it.
Yeah, it's an HBO thing, but there's medic on there. His name is Doc. What's his name? Doc Eugene Rowe. And I watched that episode when I was a kid, and I was like, if I ever go in the military, I'm gonna be a medic because like he helped people.
Right.
And it's like kind of a weird thing. Like I never thought of it like I wanted to help people. I just wanted to go do it because like that's the job I feel I would have been good at, and I wasn't bad at it. But yeah, man, I think just like that, and I didn't want to go be like an infantryman or like I had homies who did that, or go be a mechanic. Like I wanted to go be a medic. Like,
right.
Why not go be a line medic?
Yeah.
And then like,
fuck, man. When
I got to the recruiting station and was like picking my job, the dude was like, "Yeah, you want to be a medic?" He's like, "It's pretty much just like an infantryman with an aid bag." And I was like, "That's cool." Like, it's not what I did at all. Well, I actually did. Like, I did walk around a lot, but
the recruiters will tell you whatever, bro.
Whatever. You want some pussy? Join the
tell
army.
You there's fucking Afghan strippers over there and shit.
Dude, there was none. Let me tell you, none.
I went down to the recruiting place like 4 years ago.
Oh, I would have punched you in the face,
dude. I went. I didn't tell my parents. I got off work. That's when I was working like day shift, and I got off and I went and dude, I talked to the dude. Like, I got my fingerprints. Like, I did the whole joint, and like I was gonna take my ASVAB like that Saturday, and I went home and I told my dad. And he ended up telling my mom, and she started fucking bawling, bro, dude. And like freaking out. And then that's kind of what I was just like, fuck. She talked me out of it.
I didn't tell my parents up until like I had joined, and I didn't tell them for like 2 months after. Like, I was nervous, the same thing. Like, they had kept telling me, go to school, play football, go get an education.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I'm going to go do this now. And like, they were shocked too. Like, my mom cried. My dad was like, "You're a fucking idiot."
Yeah.
He was like, "You realize you're going to go to Afghanistan or Iraq within the next like year." And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that, just
me too,
the way, my life. But at that time I had just got back from Utah. I was going to the JC. I felt kind of like a failure a little bit, with like my track stuff. I didn't finish it out. I came home 2 years early.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know? But so for the couple years, I was just kind of like in a tunnel, and I was just kind of going through the motions, and then I finally, got out of it. I ended up at Stan, and then everything kind of got better for me. But
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a bad thing to do as well. Like, if you don't feel like you don't have anywhere to go to the military.
Yeah, that's
like, you should want to do it.
Yeah, that's like, what my thing was too. It wasn't my last option.
Right.
And that's what I think a lot of people go into the military as, is a last option. And I don't think that should be your last option, because it's not nice to people if that's your last option. You know, I have met dudes, though, like a lot of older dudes, not like younger dudes my age, but like a lot of older sergeants and stuff that were like, "Hey, you're going to go in the military or you're going to go to jail," type of situations.
That's what my grandpa did. Rest in peace. Yeah.
Hell,
he was like a greaser back in the day, like leather jacket, like just fought all the time, And he was going to go to jail, and the judge told him, "You can join the army or go to jail." He's like, "All right, I'll just join the army." He was in the tank corps.
Hell yeah. Fucking tankers, man.
Yeah.
That's what the homie Jared was. He was Cav Scout, but he was a tanker. He knows that.
That's clean.
He'll watch it.
Yeah. I had a buddy, Alec Wynn. He was in the Marines, and he went overseas. I think he was like, I don't want to get this wrong. I think he was like in like a mortar crew or something like that.
Fuck carrying mortars, dude. I watched
dudes.
Bitches
are heavy.
Hell yeah. I watched dudes carry those. My second deployment. I do not want to. They had to carry like this like 80-pound tube, and then like each mortar weighs like 5 or 6 pounds, and they have like 7 or 8 of them.
That shit adds up quick.
And then they just have like all their other shit that they have to carry, plus
which is on average what, like 40 extra pounds?
Like 40 to 50 pounds, yeah. And then like their weapon and their full load, and then they got these stupid ass mortars that we're never gonna use.
For real. Matt sent me a picture one time. This dude, they were like getting ready. The dude had to carry a fucking javelin.
Yeah, fuck that thing, dude.
How heavy are those for real?
I don't know. I've only seen them. Like, I looked at them on the ground, but like the tubes weigh like 20 or 30 pounds.
And are there handles on that bitch? Or like, how do they hold that shit?
So I know there's a carrying handle on top, but like most of the time they just like strap that shit somehow to like their backpack. Cause like it doesn't really have any carrying handles. They just like 550 cord bungee cord.
I'd be pissed.
Oh, dude.
Cause like on like, you know, it's stupid, but like, you know, you be sprinting hella fast on Call of Duty with that shit. Like, there's no way this is that light.
Nope, it's not.
None of that. Like an M60 or one of those big ass guns that like dudes had to carry.
Okay,
like, I'm cool off that.
So you know the Brune on Call of Duty? So
yeah.
That's like a 249.
Yeah.
And that thing is light. In real life, you can fucking shoulder fire.
Really?
Yeah, dude. You can shoulder fire the hell out of it.
They be ADS and that shit hella slow.
So slow. No, you can do that. You can pull that shit up fast, just like an M4.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Is there there are a couple guns that are just heavy as fuck though?
Yeah, like 240, which is a 7.62 machine gun, and then the 50 cal, which is like, you know, the big fucking that's just long saber, just murder people.
That's cool though. You gotta experience that, man. That's an experience that, you know.
Yeah,
that you never want to do again, but
I wouldn't mind doing it again, just because like I want to go see the homies. Like,
yeah,
of course,
definitely.
But that's the only reason.
Yeah.
But absolutely, man, I'm super like, I've never said this, but like I am proud of my service because I've got to go do what I've got to do in the military.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. So yeah, it was definitely. If I would encourage like younger people who have like a couple different options to go into the military, like if you want to, of course, like you shouldn't be forced to ever, because we're all voluntary military. But like I would encourage like people, especially like kids who are like me, who are like pretty good athletes, but like for me, like football wasn't something I wanted to do. Like I hated football, to be honest. Like we were talking about our coaches earlier and how I would just like openly talk shit to them because like I didn't care. Yeah. Because I didn't really like football. So like I would encourage kids who like sports, who are pretty athletic, just to go in the military. Like there's a lot bigger challenges than like a fucking football team. Yeah. And like I think that's what another thing like what draws people with the military, just like the challenge of it.
Or like the competitiveness.
Yeah. I wouldn't say there's much competitiveness, especially in like the regular military, but like if you want to go to like Rangers or Special Forces or something, like those dudes are competitive. Those are like the A-type personalities. Like
right. Because I agree with you. Like I remember like football practice was just shit every day. It sucked. You know?
I hated it.
It was hot as hell.
Oh,
but
dude,
I
so
just
hot.
love to compete, bro. So like you would work Monday through Thursday just to compete for 2 hours on Friday.
Yeah.
And then feel like dog shit the next 2 days.
Oh, dude.
To do it all over again. So you can't say you hated it.
Yeah.
Like if you know what I'm saying? Because like what we put ourselves through.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's why like I think about like the kids who like never played and were just happy to be out there. Just getting fucking drilled or ripped, for no reason.
Just that makes sense, yeah.
But I just look at it differently now, because I was like so happy I was done, but then I think about it like, man, I did it for 10 years from when I was 8 to 18. So obviously I didn't hate it, and I think I just love to compete, you know?
Yeah.
I hate running, bro. I was just good at track. I was like, I hate this, but I can win, so I'm going to do that, you know?
I think that's what it's more. Like, I liked to go play on Fridays.
Yeah.
And, like, I think that's what, like, most people play for. Just like, oh, I want to go play in the game. I don't want to practice. But, like, you got to practice. But, yeah.
I think because the coaches enjoyed practice more than us. Because that's when they got to fucking rip us and make us run for zero reason just because.
Take a lap.
For real,
Get on the goal line.
Like, no, you can't have water. I'm like, bitch, I'm dying out here.
It's 112 out here. It's August.
Like, this has to be illegal.
It's August in Central California. Please help.
Yep.
Dude.
That's a fact. But also, so after all that, you started your own podcast, or you and your homeboys, yeah?
Yeah, dude. Fat U. Shout out Fat U.
It's called Farting at the Urinal, which is
Farting
a hard-ass name, bro.
Dude.
And I wanted to know. I've been meaning to ask, like, who the fuck came up with that?
So that was actually, it was like Bill. We had like farting at the something. It was like, there was something like farting. I don't remember exactly, but then Bill was just like farting at the urinal. It was just like some high shit, dude. We were just sitting around smoking, like thinking of a name, because like we had thought of a podcast and like we had been talking about it, because like that's like when we all got back. So Jeremy, Bill, and myself had all gotten back in 2017 from the military, and me and Jared went and worked up in Yosemite just for the summer, and we would just sit there and smoke and like listen to podcasts and be like, dude, we should start our own podcast. And like it took like me and him like 6 or 7 months of just straight bullshitting, and we were like, dude, we're pretty good at bullshitting, like maybe we should start our own podcast.
Yeah.
And then we told Bill about it, and then we were just like, fuck it, we're gonna start this podcast. We all collected the money. Like we bought like a soundboard, we bought 3 mics, we bought 4 mics. We got all the cables and stuff, and then we just went and did it.
Yeah.
And the name, like I said, dude, it was like a week before we did our first one. We were just sitting there smoking, just like thinking of shit, like trying to write our first show down. Like we met like 4 or 5 times before we even got our first show out. Like just meeting and like thinking of ideas of like the whole show rundown. And it was like way more than it should have been.
Right.
Like, because we should have just went in there and just started bullshitting.
Yeah.
And we broke it down too much. But we were just sitting there smoking, and then Bill was just like, what about farting at the urinal? And we were just like, fuck it, dude. We like that. And it comes with a good acronym,
Yeah,
Fat U.
Yeah, that's a good-ass acronym, bro.
And that's the only reason, man.
And, like, really, when you take a piss, like, you be farting and shit.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
farting at
it's hella
talking
accurate.
shit. Like, it was just like, and then it was like kind of like a double meaning, you know? We're just talking shit.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
And that's it. And that was fun, dude. We did that for, it was like 40-something weeks. And
You had 40 episodes?
Yeah, there's like 39 or 40
39.
episodes, yeah.
So I started listening, like, maybe around, like, 20-something. Because I didn't even know, like, I didn't really know much about podcasts, you know, until, like, 2 years ago,
That's
really.
what, like, a lot of people don't know. Like, podcasting.
It's been around since, I think, like, the 2011.
It started in 2007.
Okay.
Like, some dude just, like, from Apple just, like, started podcasting. Just, like, I'm going to do this.
Did he just come up with that name, like a podcast?
Yeah. There's a whole story. Like, you should look into it, actually. It's, like, pretty interesting because, like,
I want to know about that.
He goes through a lot of things, like, who are, like, trying to steal the name podcasting, but, like, he was the dude who coined it. And then, yeah, it's a pretty good story.
That's clean.
But, like, podcasting, yeah, dude didn't get big until, like, really, like, 2 years ago, like you were saying.
Right.
And then...
Because you remember the old iTunes setup?
Yeah.
And then, like, below the songs, it would have, like, podcasts. And I was like, what the fuck's a podcast? Like, I'm not listening to this, you know? I'm trying to get some music.
The first time I ever found out about a podcast was on YouTube. It was, like, Joe Rogan's podcast. It was, like, back in, like, 2013.
When it looked like dog shit?
Yeah. It was, he had a war journalist on, Sebastian Junger, who he did Restrepo. The movie Restrepo.
Yeah.
He did that movie. But I was, like, super interested in that dude. And it was, like, right after I'd gotten back from my first deployment. And so I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to start watching these on YouTube. And then I was like, oh, wait, I can listen to this on my phone? And it was like 2014, 2015 when I first found podcasting.
Did they have the podcast app back then?
No, it was still on the music. And then they made the podcasting app in like 2014 or 2015.
Oh, okay.
And that's when I found it, because I was like, listen to this.
Dude, that's crazy how new podcasting really is then. I didn't realize, like, I mean, shit, it hasn't even been it's been a little over a decade.
But see, we've had podcasting radio.
Right.
Like radio. Right. Howard Stern has been doing
that.
Howard
Stern is like the fucking god of that.
Been doing it for the last 30, 40 years, you know? We just recorded it and put it somewhere else. Like, radio shows have been happening.
Yeah.
You know, that's what podcasting is. This is just radio between me and you.
Yeah.
But
that's clean.
At least that's what they taught me in my class. I don't know.
That's what they taught you?
Something like that.
So what's your major? Like, what do you...
Communications and journalism. I'm going to try to get a minor in some journalism.
So what do you want to do with that?
I'm not sure.
You just enjoy it?
Yeah, dude.
That's the coolest thing, bro. Just doing it to enjoy. Like, there's really no, like, end goal. Just kind of, like, learning about things that you want to learn about.
Yeah, and it's just like writing, dude. I like writing. I feel like it just, like, I've always been, like, not a huge writer, but, like, I've always kept, like, writing since I was a kid. Like, just, like, random writing things. Like, I'll write short stories, short poems, just, like, small things. And that's what helped me a lot when I was in Afghanistan. And, like, in basic and in AIT, I would write a lot. I would write, like, a diary or how I was feeling. And that's what, like, transitioning when I was going through, like, PTSD and depression and stuff, or when I was going through those appointments, like, they would have me write stuff out because I would, like, so there's this therapy, I forgot what it's called, but it's like writing a story out of, like, a traumatic experience. But the way I did it, they were like, hey, you should, like, ever thought about going into writing? And I was just like, actually, yes, and that's what I'm doing. They're like, oh, because, like, the story is, like, really vivid.
Right.
We see everything. And I was like, well, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So did you, like, when you did essays in school and stuff, did you do well on them?
No.
No?
Nah. Not like that. It's just because, like, I don't like, especially for, like, when I was in high school and stuff. I don't know if it's the same for you, but, like, Atwater High fucking sucks. Like, I was just not interested in school, man.
Yeah.
Like, especially at Atwater High, like, nobody can keep me interested in any of that shit back in the day.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a lot of kids around here.
Yeah. I took, like, the AP classes, like, for English and stuff, and it was, like, a lot more, like, writing and more focus on, like, like, reading in between the lines type stuff, like, with books.
Yeah.
You know? Really.
I wish I don't know.
But I didn't take it serious, you know?
Yeah, I never took school serious until I was in college. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if that was for you. Like, when you came out of high school to college, like, did you find yourself, like, wanting to do school, or, like, oh, this is, like, I have this assignment and I can do it to my parameters and not to the school's parameters?
A little bit of both. But I did learn in college that I was a better writer than I thought. I always kind of looked at school like I wasn't really good at it, but I was better than I thought I was, like, in, like, writing, you know. So I had to write this essay, and we, like, the professor made us go to, like, the writing center and have someone, like, review it, and like we had that's part of the assignment. And it was like an autobiography, or like a, not really like
an artist journey, or like a journey of yourself?
Or like a scenario, a time in your life that was like most memorable to you. And I wrote an essay on one of my dad's best friends, his daughter who had Down syndrome passed away, and how that affected me. So, like, I wrote about that, and I, like, was really detailed and in depth about that day of the funeral, and, like, the weather, and, like, you know, like, really was make it as vivid as possible. And, dude, like, so the lady was like, okay, read it back to me, and I want to listen to it. Bro, I was reading it, and I looked up, and she was crying.
That's wild. That's
like,
good.
She was, like, crying, and she's, like, was upset. Like, she's like, oh my God, like, because the way I wrote it, you know, because that was one of the only assignments I really took my time on, you know. So that's why I said it depends on the class, I guess, because I was doing a lot of GE stuff, and, like, half of it I didn't care about, you know. But, like, the stuff like that, or the assignments where I'm like, okay, I can really, like, get into, like, like, my bag here, and, like, just really get down on it, and I would put a lot of effort into it.
And that's what like, colleges, like, are more down to do that. Like, high schools, I feel like, you know, they have a set.
They're more parameters.
You know, they have a set thing that they need to teach, whereas college, they can be more free flowing with their information that they're trying to give out.
Right.
So I love college way more. Like, I hated high school, dude, because like the same. Like, I was. And just I don't blame
kids for being like, I'm not going to college.
Yeah.
Because especially how, you know, this high school and, like, how the education system is and what they want you to learn and all the objectives and stuff. It's like a bunch of bullcrap, bro. I didn't really learn shit in high school. Me
neither. And, like, I did learn a lot in, like, ag and stuff, though. Like, but, like, and that's another thing for schools like ours that we went to, is there's a lot of ag stuff. Like, there's a lot of kids around
Yeah.
here who don't like ag.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know, and I wish schools, like, coming up would give kids more of the option, or there was more different options in schools, or different types of options.
There should be, because there's a lot of different kids, like, who are really talented at, like, maybe, like, drawing. I mean, I know they have art classes, but I feel like that's just BS, really.
There's not, like, a big art thing they can go to. There's not, like, an art. That's a lot of places in this area, they don't have anything art-based anymore. Like,
or even, like, people who want to make music, or, like, make, like, production, or, like, be a producer and things like that. Like, you have to figure that out on your own, or pay for an expensive private school or something. I don't know.
Pay money in general, pay for a laptop, pay for the equipment you need, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dog, what are you chewing on? Fucker. He's down there chewing some. What else was I going to ask you? No, so I think that's cool that you like to write, because, like, I don't tell no, but I do write, like, poems and stuff like that sometimes, and, like, I really get creative with it, and just I just do it to do it, you know? It's fun, and it's, like, therapeutic. It's another way to just relieve stress. If I have a lot of thoughts in my head, I try to get it out in, like, maybe a creative way, or have, like, my own hidden message in it, because I think that's cool. When I would, like some of my AP classes, we would read, like, you know, like, poems and different stuff like that, and there was always, like, messages within it that you had to, like, you know, like, figure out, or, like,
subtle, or what are those called? Like, hidden messages.
Yeah.
And there's like some code word.
Basically, like, reading in between the lines, you know.
Yeah. No, I was thinking of, there's, like, this, it's like cipher text or some shit. Like, hitting meanings and fucking words.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. That's another thing. Like, writing, like, and the therapy part. Like, if you're having a bad day, I know sometimes for me, like, I'll have a bad day, and I will just go write. Like, I don't even know. I'll just start writing about random shit. Like, I'll start writing a story, and then I'll start writing about, like, what's going on in the country, and then I'll start writing about, like, what my feelings are. Or I'll start writing about what I have to do to my car, or just some random things, dude.
Yeah.
And, like, I remember one time, it was, like, probably, like 6-7 months ago. It was, like, right after all this crazy shit kicked off. It was probably, like, end of May, actually. I did that, and I wrote, like, 17 pages.
Really?
Like, I just
like,
went.
in a notebook?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think that was, like, the most I ever just sat there and just, like, I sat and I just... Right.
Just going off.
For you, do you write or do you, like, type?
I type.
See,
I got chicken scratch for handwriting, for one, and, like, my hand starts to hurt hella bad, because, like, I don't write very well like that, you know? And plus, we don't, even in college, we hardly, like, write.
Yeah, I haven't written anything, like, turned anything written in since I was in fucking high school.
Yeah.
I don't think, like...
I mean, they're getting away from that nowadays anyway, you know?
My school is, like, they're, like, super, you know, there's San Francisco, so they're going to be, like, I want to recycle everything. But they're, like, going to a paperless campus, like... And,
like, totally?
Like, totally. Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, not paperless. Obviously, there's going to be, like, posters and shit up on the walls. But, like, as far as, like, passing stuff out, like, I haven't gotten a paper from my school in, like, 3 semesters.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
So, like, are they, like, when you go to, like, a computer lab, are they going to have printers?
They have printers, yeah, but, like, everything we can turn in on a classroom, on an online classroom now. And it's been like that at my school. It's, you know.
That's what's up.
It's just tight.
I'm all for the environment, you know what I'm saying?
Me too, dog.
So, you know, gotta save the polar bears. I hate seeing those videos on Twitter.
Like, the ones of them getting murdered by, like, Japanese and Chinese fishing vessels.
Well, that, and then, like, them, like, stuck on, like, a melting piece of ice, skinny as fuck.
Just withering away?
Yeah.
Dude, you know how big polar bears are?
No.
Biggest North America... Well, like, they're the biggest carnivorous animal.
Really?
Like, land animal.
Yeah, well, those videos, they look skinny
Yeah,
as
they're
hell.
fucking giant. Fuck them things. That skinny thing would just, like, rip your face off with one swipe.
I'm good.
I don't want that either.
Fucking.
Do
you plan on staying in California?
I would like to, if, like, So if like the marijuana laws change, like, and this shit goes national, like I'll move wherever, you know, wherever's the cheapest. Not marijuana, but like land, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's expensive here, bro.
Dude, it's too expensive here. It's like especially land and shit now, like.
Or even just like a house, man.
A house, bro. Like, I'm lucky and very fortunate to live in a house right now that is owned by my grandpa, and I just rent it from him.
Right.
Because, like...
That's lit. I mean, that's within the family.
Yeah,
so.
if I wouldn't have that, like, I'd have to pay, like, $1,000 a month at a spot. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how kids do that. Like, especially a lot of kids in the city, dude. Like, 18, 19-year-olds that I was going to school with that would have, like, $1,600 just for their room payments, you know?
It's not even big.
It's... like, their whole apartment is the size of this living room, you know? And they have 3 people in there.
That's ridiculous.
I would know people like that, and I couldn't imagine doing that. Like, and I don't want it to be like that here in California, but like, for something, motherfuckers want to move here. It's prime real estate or something.
Well, I think it's harder to come to move here than to leave. I'd say that much.
I think it's harder to leave.
Well, no, like money wise.
Oh yeah, to like come and start and like come start up in California.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude, it's so fucking expensive here.
You gotta save up like double what you're thinking. You know?
Oh, you 5,000, 20,000.
Yeah.
Just come here with $20,000 and you'll be okay for 4 months.
Yeah, not even half a year.
I know.
It's ridiculous. Cause that's why I'm still living right here. Cause like I'm not trying to go struggle in an apartment and get stuck. You know? And I want to make sure I make my next big move. Like it's the right move.
And it's like what sucks is probably like that happens to a lot of people here. Like they get an apartment, they get a job, and then they're just stuck in that.
They get stuck in a cycle and they wake up and they're 52 years old.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that either.
You know?
I couldn't do that. And I think that's why the comms thing and like the journalism, like I could have went and been an EMT or a paramedic, but like that's mundane, and I have to wake up on a schedule every day. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I want to be my own boss, and it's probably the same for you too. Like, that's why you started all this. Like, you don't want to be taking orders from people.
Yeah, man. I mean, if that happens one day, that would be the dream, bro. I don't even like care if I make tons of money, but if I can make a living, doing stuff like this.
And that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, where do you see yourself with MD and like this podcast and all that? Like,
I mean, I see, I envision like being able to like eventually quit my job and like do this for real, and just gain connections. And because that's really what big thing is, like have like, good connections.
Interpersonal connections.
Yeah. And just try to I don't want to stop doing this. And there's the cool thing about it is like there's no ceiling to it. I just keep doing it, and if I move somewhere, I can still do this wherever I'm at.
You don't have a shop or anything yet, so
yeah, exactly. And honestly, the way things are going, like you don't even necessarily need an established shop.
Yeah, not anymore. No,
because you could have an online store. Everything could
have
be
your garage and your shop.
Exactly. Or maybe get like a little studio spot, or something like that for like a podcast. Because I would eventually want to have like wherever I end up, dedicate like a area where I'm like in the house or something just for like a studio spot and make it like legit,
Hell yeah, I like that.
Appealing to the eye. So, but are you ever gonna start up your podcast again, or is that a wrap, man?
I don't know, man.
The Fat 2 gang.
The Fat You too. Man. So the homie Denny. Do you know Denny? Fat Denny?
Is he cool with like Goody in them?
Yeah. He was at my house the other day, and that fool always comes over, and he's just like, first thing he asks, when you motherfuckers starting your podcast?
For real?
Yeah,
that's
dude.
A real one, dude.
Everybody, he was like one of our first, like just every day, every time we dropped an episode, he'd be the first one listening.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We're all just so like doing different things. Like Jer, he has like a full-time job. He goes to school full-time. He's doing real good for himself. Bill, same thing, he's just working, doing his thing. Same thing with me. I'm working, doing my thing. Like, I guess it's just like about time really now, because like we're all old-ass adults. We're all in our fucking late 20s.
That's what sucks, because you still got to take care of business before doing stuff like this. You got to got bills to pay. You got, it sucks.
Shit, bills. I fucking hate bills, dude.
Suck, bro.
I fucking have to go pay
I hate
bills.
bills and everyone named Bill.
Me too. I want to fight Bill. Bill? Fuck, punch him in the face.
Yep. But is there anything else you want to talk about, man? We're kind of all over the place, but it's lit, so it don't matter.
What can we talk about?
Are you you're not really into baseball, huh?
Not really. The A's are in first place. I know that.
Yeah.
But like not really. Dude, fucking sports this year have kind of sucked.
Yeah. Even like basketball when they came back, I haven't even watched at all, dude.
I watched one game. I watched 2 games. I watched the Trailblazers beat the Lakers in game 1. And then I watched them just get destroyed. And then I haven't watched basketball since.
You're like, I'm good.
I'm fucking good off this.
It just don't look the same, bro.
No, dude. Not only that, like the teams in the playoffs this year are fucking kind of whack. Like the Lakers, like I'm fucking sick of the Lakers, dude. I'm sick of LeBron. I hate LeBron. I'm a LeBron hater. I like what he does for the community though.
Yeah.
That school and shit. That's awesome.
Lit, yeah.
But I fucking
so
hate
even
LeBron.
when he was back on the Cavs, like before he left to Miami, you didn't like him?
No, so when he went to Miami, that's when I started hating him.
Yeah,
because
that was like a KD move.
It was the first KD.
He just wanted his rings, and he came back. His next goal was to get a ring in Cleveland, which I'm glad he did. That's probably the one thing I can give him.
I can give him that.
And now he's in LA because I think he's just pursuing other shit.
Oh, for sure, yeah, dude. Of
really
course,
care,
yeah. He's already done everything he needs to do in basketball. He's got 3 championships. He's got all the MVPs. He's got all the awards.
Yep.
He just needs that money now.
Yep. That's why I was like always a Westbrook fan because he never left OKC. But it just got to the point where he's like, dude, I gotta get
the fuck out of OKC. I'd get the fuck out of OKC too.
Yeah, he lasted way longer than I would have. I'm like, bro,
fucking like 5 years too long,
dude.
Oklahoma.
I think
sucks.
that was just a pride thing, though, man. Because when
100.
KD left, and then when he went, they lost to Golden State. Then he went to Golden State. I think Westbrook was like, man, fuck that. Because they didn't like each other, bro. I don't even know if they really still do.
I wouldn't like KD. KD seems kind of like a weird person to be around. Like,
low
just
key,
like
huh?
Weird. Like, I don't know. Like, his vibe is weird. Like, I can't explain it. I don't know. I've seen him, like, do interviews, and I'm just like, man, I wouldn't hang out with KD. I don't think.
No.
I'd hang out with Russ, though. He seems like an animal.
Would you hang out with Kawhi?
It'd just be like us sitting here just like, so what do you want to do, Kawhi? Maybe want to go get some chips?
For real, like, what would you ask him, bro?
What the fuck do you talk about?
Outside of basketball, like, I don't know nothing.
Like,
do you really laugh like that? That's what I would ask him. Are you just trolling people?
Does he have family and stuff? Like, is he married and all that?
I have no idea.
I have no idea, bro.
I know his dad passed away when he was younger, and I don't know if that's played an effect on like how he is now, like socially, or if he's just like that.
I know he's from LA, but like I don't know like if he has family or like I don't even know where the hell he went to fucking college at.
I don't know.
He just came out of nowhere. I know he was on San Antonio.
Maybe San Diego State.
Yeah, he did go to San Diego.
Yeah.
I just remember him being on the fucking Spurs like back when they won like early 2010s when the last time they won one of their championships. I don't remember.
He was on the Spurs? See, I don't even know, bro.
Yeah,
honestly.
dude. He's been on the Spurs for a long time. He was on the Spurs he was MVP, Finals MVP.
Really?
For the Spurs,
dude,
yeah.
When was that? I was probably like...
It was like back in like 2011, 2012,
okay.
somewhere like back like 8-10 years ago.
Because I stopped really watching basketball when... I was watching it like when the Lakers and the Celtics were always going at it.
Dude, like
I think that was before that.
Kobe and KG when they were going at it.
Yeah,
dude,
and they had like Ray Allen on the Celtics.
The best time
like
in basketball.
Dynasties, bro.
That was like one of the best times in basketballs too, because like
Kobe was just getting off.
We had like Kobe, we had the Heat, we had the Mavs with like Dirk back in the day, and they had Jason Kidd and Dirk. Oh, that was tight. Who else? There was the Celtics. The fucking Spurs.
Yeah, they've been good forever.
The Spurs and Pop have just been good for like the last 30 years since I've been a child.
Just a solid team. Like Tim Duncan was on Backyard Basketball.
Yeah.
Back in like the early 2000s.
He came in 96, same year as Kobe.
Dude, that's insane. And he played forever.
He played up until last year.
Yeah.
Like 2019? Was his last year, right?
I think so.
No, 2 years
2 years ago.
Because he was a coach last year. His first year
That's
coaching.
insane, bro. Is it funny? Is it funny that like Derek Fisher is a coach, or does that kind of like make sense?
No,
Or
that makes
was
sense, dude.
Because he kind of was like a coach player when he played. Like he wasn't like that good.
He was. I feel like the players that are like that are, like, who are like mid.
They make
always
the good coaches.
Like Steve Kerr. He
Yeah.
was like a lower tier basketball player on the fucking Bulls. He would have started anywhere else, like, no doubt. But like on the Bulls, you know, he's on the lower end of the spectrum.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, bud. But like, look at all the game he soaked up, and look how good of a coach he is.
Yeah, no
So-
doubt. But I mean, he also had a fucking all-star team.
Oh yeah. I mean,
That's like unfair.
fucking.
I was so mad they beat the record.
Dude, I was happy about that.
You were happy?
Yeah,
Why?
because I like the Warriors.
Oh, you're a Warriors fan?
Yeah, bandwagon for sure. Like 100%, I'm a
All
bandwagon.
right, I was about to say, like, you know what? I remember liking them when they had like Baron Davis and they made their little run.
That was like early 2000, or like
yeah,
late
I was really
2010s,
little.
yeah. That was
And
like
they had the different jerseys. They weren't like they didn't say the
oh,
city
they had those like navy blue
with like an orange.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
little dude holding the bowl.
Yep.
Yep.
That's when I was watching the Warriors. I was like, man, that's sick. I didn't even know they were from California. That's how little I was.
I remember when I was a kid watching Kobe like that. Dude, that shit's crazy.
Number 8, Kobe.
Number 8, Kobe.
Yeah.
Fucking savage Kobe.
Dude, the Afro Kobe.
I miss Fro Kobe, dude.
The I'll fight Shaq on the court Kobe.
I'll fight anybody on the court, Kobe.
Yeah.
Dude, I would not want to fight Kobe. Like, not
Dude.
even now.
Dude, and like he just cared about winning, bro. Like he cared about you giving your best. He didn't care about nothing else.
And fuck.
That's why people didn't like him.
That's why Shaq wasn't working with them.
Nah, cause he was like, I'm raw. I don't need to practice.
I'm raw, Kobe.
Like
I'm
I feel
good.
like Kobe and Iverson would have threw hands if they're on the same team.
See, I think they would have worked. They were on the same team, weren't they? On the Olympic team together?
Oh, that's different.
I mean, yeah.
Because Iverson didn't practice. His little famous joint. Like Kobe would not have been for that, bruh.
See, that's what the thing is. I think Allen Iverson practiced. I think he was just talking
Just
shit that
talking
day.
shit, yeah.
Practice? I'm motherfuckers
He
talking
was on
about-
his shit, yeah.
Like, because they came in there talking about a practice, and they were in a playoffs. I think they were in a playoff games, like when he was giving that interview. So like he was just like, "What the
See,
fuck
I was
are y'all
young.
talking
I was
about?"
young
Yeah.
when that happened, you know.
I think he was just like kind of talking like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, what are you
Yeah.
guys talking about? This bullshit that doesn't make anything like important
Yeah.
in practice."
For real.
Like,
I was something current that just happened. That's pretty lit. They Lil Wayne put his No Ceilings tape on
dude,
Spotify and Apple Music.
we got No Ceilings and a Call of Duty Black Ops. It's 2010 again.
It's lit, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Back so much nostalgia, dude.
Dude,
I'm telling you, got the Cold War. That's basically Black Ops 1.
basically
And you got No Ceilings.
One point-
No Ceilings back out.
Black Ops 1.5. Really.
Yeah.
And No Ceilings, dude. The song Swag Surf.
So, yep.
I cranked that
Crank
bitch
it up, dude.
on my car the other
Yep.
day when I was playing.
I saw that like a couple of days ago on like Instagram. I was like, oh, yep. I went and looked because I have like this app called Spinrilla, and it basically has like the mixtape songs.
It's like that Piff.
Basically, yeah. So when it was on like Spotify now, I'm like, oh, that's convenient as fuck, dude. I don't got to go search it up. It's right here.
I wish that Piff would put like,
They still do shit?
yeah, dude, I still got the app on my phone. They got like all the Mac Miller like early mixtapes. They got like all the Meek Mill's mixtapes. They got all the like the Rick Ross early shit.
I feel like it's for like the real fans of those certain artists who like
Yeah,
listen
dude.
to them coming up.
And like they have a
Yeah.
lot of mixtapes, like older mixtapes too.
'Cause even like Nipsey Hussle had a lot of mixtapes before even Crenshaw came out.
Gucci Man,
Gucci
dude.
Mane, dude, he come out with this a mixtape every month, bro.
Like
When I lived in Utah, I listened to Gucci Mane heavy for whatever reason, and I swear every month, dude, he was supplying.
dude,
he was
especially like
supplying.
right before he went to jail, like when he did that long stint. Like right before that, he was just like dropping, dude, just
I
dropping.
think that was like
dropping.
2014, 2015. That's when I was
Yeah.
like, dude, this dude doesn't give up.
He just kept dropping.
I'm, like,
I'm
still-
going back to Cali. That's my fucking shit right there.
Dude, because I think it was like his method. Like, I'm gonna drop so many songs that one of these is gonna pop.
Yeah, dude.
And like every couple months, you'd have one that would
One
just
Gucci
blow
song.
up.
He had a song with E40.
Really?
Yeah, he has like a couple songs with D40. It's like
Dude,
old
he
back
has
in the day.
thousands of songs, bro.
That shit's tight. But all Dat Piff is like all of his mixtapes, and that's why a lot of the times I go listen to it.
Yeah,
It's like
that's clean.
who else?
Cause you're a big Mac Dre fan.
Hell yeah. But like, see, Mac Dre shit's all on Spotify and everything now.
Cause he doesn't really have a large discography, does he?
No, I think like maybe like 7 or 8 albums like
Okay.
total, but like a lot of them have been just like, oh, we'll put it on this mixtape, or a lot of songs like, oh, we'll
Right.
put it on this mixtape
Yeah.
or that mixtape, the Rompography, the Rompilation,
Yeah.
all those bullshits.
Cause that's why I think like Biggie Smalls' music is so like up there because there's such little.
Yeah, he only has 3 albums, like one after he died, whenever
Yeah.
how the fuck you say that, I can't
Yeah.
say it right now.
I
But
don't
like,
know how to say that word, but
dude, those albums, like wild, like all
Yeah.
3 of those albums, like just classic. You can listen to all the 3 of those Biggie albums from start to finish,
and then it's like that's it.
and that's it.
That's it. And I think
These 35 songs.
And you know what? Sadly, it makes those songs and those albums more that much better because it's not diluted.
Do you remember for a while when like they were just like dropping Tupac songs like 10 years after his death, like with the Tupac? There was a movie, like a documentary.
Was that when they had the like the virtual Tupac up there, like on the
On Coachella stage?
Yeah.
No, so that was like actually like 6-7 years ago that happened. But
And everyone thought he was alive.
when I was in 8th grade, so like back in like 2005, 2006, there was a movie that came out. It was like a Tupac and Biggie documentary, and it was just like talking about their death. It was like one of the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
But they came out with an album that had like not a bunch, but like a couple Tupac verses that were like never heard. They were like piecing Tupac songs together just to like make different songs.
Oh my god, bro.
So like they were doing stuff like that, and like I hate when they do that shit to artists. Like,
Yeah. I think they should, like, if they have actual songs, like, if they want to put them out, like, I mean,
like with the Pop Smoke, like I feel like he probably did have most of his album done, but like I feel like they pieced some of those songs together,
yeah.
like with other shit, and it like some of the songs don't sound good on that Pop Smoke album. That's why I like some of his music, but like just because of, you can tell,
Yeah.
like what they have done.
They're trying to, get a bag off of that.
Yeah, and like whatever, like I get it, but like it's not good art.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Cause I was like a Pop Smoke fan. Like I was listening to him and stuff, and then I even did like a podcast. I think shouted him out, and like the next day he died. I was like, what?
yeah, dude,
You know?
it's kind of fucked up how they got his ass too. So,
With that bag?
and then they were like, "Oh, this is where he's staying."
Yep.
And then they went and got his ass, dude. So
He was 20 years old, bro.
so scared. To
and he
like,
sounded like he was 40, but I was like, damn, he's 20?
get the woo. Smoke too many blunts. I
Yeah,
don't know.
for real. But yeah, that's fucked up, man.
Them New York dudes, man, crazies.
I actually am a bigger fan of New York music, like
Really?
East Coast music, than West Coast.
It depends on, like, some of the
I
East
like
Coast
I
stuff.
just like, yeah, but I like the bars, like the East Coast, like
their flow and like the way
yeah.
they talk.
Like, do you listen to Griselda?
I've heard, yeah.
Like Conway and West Side Gun and Benny the Butcher, like.
I've heard of West Side Gun.
Yeah,
not the other
Conway the
ones.
Machine is my favorite out of the 3. Like, dude, he's just tough. It's just like raw, just straight bars, bro. Honestly, like more boom bap type.
We listen to a lot of pimp shit, like Larry June, and
I love Larry June. He's sick.
I pulled up here in the car today.
That's what you're slapping?
Yeah.
Dude, Larry June will make you want to go get some money.
Why do you think I went and bought that car? That's not the only reason.
Dude, for real though, like he makes me like just want to be ignorant as fuck and just like go get some money,
Just
bro.
want to be healthy, dude.
Dude, and eat a fucking orange.
Eat an orange and some smoothies and shit.
Dude, for real, he be in Gilroy getting the good fruit.
I met that dude. I've met him twice actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he remember you?
The first time I met him, I was at a t-shirt shop, and I went and bought one of his t-shirts, but I was high as shit, and I was wearing a pineapple button-up. And then the second time I met him was just by like accident. I was walking in this like on Haight Street, and he was there doing some shit, probably going to the cookie store or some bullshit. But I just saw him and said, "What's up, Larry?" And he's just like, "What's up, man?" I don't think he remembered.
That
me.
was it?
Yeah.
So he probably gets that every day.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But that shit was tight, though.
But no, I like Larry June. Like, I like Dom Kennedy.
This is my type of party. I haven't heard Dom Kennedy in a minute, dude.
Yeah,
I had a homie in the Army who was, like, super. He was from Florida, just, like, slapped Dom Kennedy all the time. It was the weirdest shit. Like, how do you even know this dude?
Yeah, for real.
Hey, Jit.
That's what I was about to say. That's how
Hey,
they
Jit.
talk. They talk wild in Florida. I don't know,
Hey,
man.
Jit, you heard of Dom Kennedy? Like, yes, of course. I'm from California.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Florida's another. That's crazy,
Dude,
bro.
I have homies from Florida, and them fools are fucking wild, bro. Just different people.
Yeah.
Like, my homie Smitty, this fool's just a goon. Like,
I was gonna say that, but I was being respectful. But I was like, them dudes are straight goons out there.
but, like, not like you think, because, like, he's not a criminal or anything. He's not hurting people, but, like, this dude will just, like, do the craziest shit, man. Like,
I don't know what's in their water out there.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about. I can't talk about that. What I was gonna say, but
incriminating nobody out here.
yeah, the dude's a goon though. And then my boy Brown, that fool's from like the Georgia-Florida line. That fool's just fucking big old pot belly. Hey, Jit. Hey, what you doing, Jit? He calls me. That fool's funny, bro.
You still keep in touch with some of your military buddies?
Yeah, dude. So, like, I talked to my homie Medusa 2 days ago. My buddy Merrill, me and him were stationed in Kentucky together, and he lives in Ceres.
Oh, okay. That's lit.
And then, you know, me and Matt were at Fort Drum together.
Yeah.
So,
you guys are always fucking off out there.
Hell yeah, dude. I have some good pictures of that dude.
Yeah? I got to ask you a question because I feel like he was bullshitting about this story. Like, did he really get left somewhere like an hour or two away and woke up on a fucking park bench?
Yeah, dude. Okay.
Because, like, he be lying about shit, like, or exaggerating sometimes.
No,
I'm like, that did not happen, bro.
That happened 100%. Okay, so we go to this town. I don't remember what it's called.
It's like a nicer town, right?
Yeah, and so in New York, they have like it's called the State University of New York, and it's called the SUNY system. So it's like our CSU system, how there's just like small colleges all over California. It's like that in New York, but like there's fucking a lot of them.
Right.
They're actually all like the size of junior colleges, to be honest, but they're all state colleges. So we went to this one about an hour and some change north of where we lived at Fort Drum, and it was, I think it was like right around Halloween time, and we go there. It was me, Max, Matt, the homie Gomez, and my boy Trent, black dude, the homie Trent. I miss that dude. He was my roommate in my second deployment. He's the homie. But so we go there, we go party. Matt's actually wearing my Crocs, and this was before him and his wife were together, so like,
right.
This story doesn't even matter, right? So he goes out in my Crocs that night that I had bought from Afghanistan, or that I bought from Kuwait, brought him over. He wears those out to the bar. Him and some homegirl leave, and like I don't see Matt for the rest of the night. I go do my thing. I end up in the dorms there with the girl, and me and my homies all end up with some girls. And then we wake up in the morning. We go get breakfast. We're calling Matt. Matt does not fucking answer.
Right.
And we're just like, fuck Matt. We're going back home. Like, this fool ain't answering. Fuck him.
Probably like he'll just have that chick take him home or whatever.
Yeah, dude, like, he wasn't answering. This
Right.
is like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon now. And we started driving back.
And how long was the drive? It was like
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like, not short.
Yeah.
It was not short. So we drive back, and like 30 minutes after like we leave, he calls me. Bro, where are you? I'm like, motherfucker, I've been calling you. I was like, I'm not coming to get you. We go back home, and then I'm just like, fuck, dude, I feel kind of messed up. And like he called me again. Like, I was like, all right, dude, we're gonna go back to Fort Drum, and I'll come back and get you. And then I had to go back and get his ass. Like,
he's just chilling there all day.
He was so when I picked him up, this fool was just sitting there smoking a cigarette in Crocs, and it was fucking like lightweight snow raining, and he's on a fucking like on a curb next to a gas station, just sitting there, just looking pissed, bro. He looked like he wanted to fight me.
Damn.
But fuck
bro.
that dude. Matt should have answered your phone, you bitch.
Yeah, dude, because he called me, bro. You fucking won't believe what happened, bro. Like, he told me this whole story, and I was like, Shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you just bored, like, making some shit up.
Nope.
And he's like, dude, I swear.
I left his ass.
You got left.
You
And
fucking
he
left.
said, like, he said, like, it was so cold, and he had, like, his T-shirt, and, like, put his hands in his T-shirt and laid on the park bench and just tried to sleep.
He was,
like some homeless dude.
I don't know what happened to him, like, the whole night. I don't remember. But
He don't remember either.
yeah, he was drunk, dude. He was drunk as shit.
Yeah.
Because we were at a bar, and, like, we had met these girls, and he had met some girl. She was, like, a cadet. Like, she was going to go be an officer in the military.
Oh, okay.
And her and Matt just, like, fucking dipped out. And we're just like, fuck, later, Matt. Good luck, dude.
Yeah. That was it.
And that was it. That was the last time I saw him until, like, 3 o'clock the next day.
Fuck Matt.
Fucking Matt. Fucking dumbhead ass.
Oh, shit, bro. But, yeah, he would tell me you guys are always kicking it and shit.
Yeah,
just
dude.
fucking off.
I think the first night I went and picked Matt up from the airport, and like he went and signed in and all that, and then like 2 days later it was the first time he ever came drinking with us. And then so like we start taking shots, you know, pre-gaming, and this fool doesn't even make it out the barracks to go to the bars.
Really?
Bro. We fucked him up. We gave him like 4 straight shots in a row, and that's like all it took,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because he wasn't doing it like that.
Yeah.
Just came from AIT, you know, he wasn't really drinking. And we fucked that dude up. We come back like 3 o'clock in the morning. This dude's like laying on my bathroom floor in my fucking comforter. Like, you bitch, give me my fucking comforter.
Just slumped over.
Yeah, dude just knocked out. Why'd you guys leave me? Because you were fucking drunk, you bitch.
Bro, he used to drink a lot, too.
I know. Man, I've gotten so drunk with that dude like all over New York. That shit's tight.
Yeah. Because
That
he
shit's
was
so
drinking,
tight.
he would send us Snapchats. Just, he'd be drinking Old English, too. Or like St. Ides.
That's what we do, dude.
Shit like that. I'm like, man, you waiting for that paycheck to come in, huh?
Hell yeah.
Using the last little bit.
Before he had his car up there, dude, he would...
His shitty ass truck.
Dude.
A
Man.
fucking piece of shit from the get, bro.
Oh, man, I feel bad for him. I'm kind of the reason, like, that shit broke.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said his truck would just sit out in the parking lot
Dude.
for however long.
I'm not the reason it broke, but I'm the I could have prevented it from
Fuck
breaking.
that, it's his fault.
Dude, that dude would hit me up all the time and just be like, bro, can you come pick me up? Like, take me to the shop at? All right, bro, I'll come get you. Let's come get some 40s.
Yeah, that's why you guys
Every
are
time.
always chilling,
Yeah, dude.
getting the brewskis.
That shit was fun, dude. New York sucked, though. Like, northern New York,
Like upstate.
I don't want to live there ever again, bro.
Yeah,
It's too fucking cold up
yeah,
there.
it seemed like it was like just shitty weather.
Like, you know, we get like, in the 30s sometimes here. And, like, negative 30
That's
over there,
nothing,
bro.
Yeah.
It's so nice here in the winter. I fucking love the winters here.
Yeah.
I love
Even
the summers here.
Utah got in the negatives a little bit.
Utah's nice, bro. I drove through Utah a couple months back, and I drove through northern Utah. That shit is so nice,
Yeah,
man.
that's where I was at, like in Logan. It's like right above
Mhm.
the Salt Lake. It's like 30 minutes from Idaho.
Where were you? What was the school you were going to?
Utah State
Yeah,
University.
you were going to Utah State.
Yeah. University of Utah is in Salt Lake City. That's the Utes.
Is that the one? Jacob.
Batista?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
went
I
to,
was
right?
his room. I was his roommate.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I lived with him and Ricky.
What's he? Ricky.
His wasn't his wife now.
Oh, dude. Wait, damn. They're still together.
Yeah, they're
Damn,
married.
dude. What's?
They have a kid.
I haven't seen Jacob Batista in a long time.
I haven't seen him since then. It's been 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
I hope he's doing good.
Yeah, he's doing good. He lives in Idaho.
Idaho.
Yeah, well, Ricky's parents moved there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they live. They back then, like they moved there, so that's where I think that's where they live right now.
Damn, dude.
That's where they got married and stuff.
Dude, there's so many people like I haven't seen in so long.
Yeah.
Cause like I just don't come around.
Is John Guerrero still around?
I think he lives in Atwater, dude. I saw like.
I mean, I used to see him running a lot. but
Yeah,
I haven't
dude.
seen him
I see him running near my parents' house. My parents live near the golf course,
Okay.
and like I've seen him run over there a couple times. But like I'll be driving, like I'm not gonna stop him.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker looks motivated. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
stop
you're
that.
not gonna fuck this shit up.
Yeah. My sister sees him. My sister and her boyfriend or her boyfriend is cousins with John. So
Oh, okay. That's what's up, man.
you know Aaron Valdez? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cousins. So like I know they talk, but like I haven't seen him in a long time.
I used to see your parents a lot at Josie's.
Hell
So I
yeah,
used to
bro.
go
They
to
love
Josie's
it
all
there.
the time.
That's their
That's
spot,
the spot,
bro.
bro. That's a low key. That's an Atwater gym right there.
Dude,
Fuck that.
I wish like. So like when I get my parents' age, I hope I'm like still that down to go do some shit.
Dude, like they're in there chilling, man. Just
like,
vibing.
That's like, cause we all live out the house, like we're all old
Yeah,
as shit.
yeah.
So like, they just love to go party now, dude. Oh,
Yep.
the kids are at the house, we're fucking partying.
Yep.
And I like it. I wish I could do that, but fuck partying. I can't drink like that, dude. I drank the other night. I was
Why?
hurting, bro.
You get all fucked up, or you get all like the next day.
Bro, I drank White Claws and Modelo's,
Bro, what the fuck? Modelo's the shit, man.
and like, I was hurting up until yesterday. Like,
Really?
I drank
Like
on
a
Saturday.
2-day hangover?
Oh, bro, like
3-day
3 days.
hangover?
I just had a headache and just like felt like trash. Like, that's what happens when you get older, dog.
Yeah. I know that's how my dad be. That's why he don't drink a lot, because he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking my whole week up.
Stick to this marijuana,
The stizzy. I can't do that shit, man.
dude. Nah, I don't be smoking like that.
Bullshit. You worked at a fucking
Dispensary. Hey, bro, doesn't mean I smoke like that. I just got the good weed.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, I appreciate you stopping by, brother.
of course, man. I'm down with this type of stuff.
Hell
Support
yeah,
your
man.
friends.
Yeah, support your friends' businesses.
As you can tell, Mulberry tea.
Hell yeah, dude, you're gonna have to come on again soon, man.
Absolutely, dude.
You
I'm
gotta
here
sign
whenever.
the table before you leave too.
Oh, I do.
Make sure you sign that shit.
Fuck.
I got a Sharpie and all that. But thanks for coming on, brother.
Of course, man.
Appreciate you, Brian.
Appreciate you, Dal.
All right, this is the Mulberry Podcast. We'll see you guys next time.
Mulberry.